So today we're at the site of Holiday Drive Custom Home, and I actually wanted to talk about budgeting for a custom home. Something, the same caliber as this. How's that done? What are the methods to do that? There's really two methods if you want to break it down. One is a rough cost per square foot method, and the other is a detailed bid out budget. Cost per square foot, to simplify, it's really taking the overall size of the home, comparing it to homes that we've built, projects in the area. Someone comes to us and says, we want to build a 3,000 square foot house in Sarasota. We want it to be this style, have this level of finishes. What we then do is take cost data from previous projects, a few of them that are the most comparable, and take those project total costs divided by the square foot of the home, and then we'll give them a range of what it would cost to build a similar home in a similar area. For example, 3,000 square foot house, we might look at our past projects and say that typically ranges between 500 and 600 per square foot. That gives you 3,000 times 500, 1.5, 1.8 million for a total project cost. That's a very rough way of doing it, and at least that is a starting point. But each home's different, each site is different. The home's going to have different characteristics based on the custom design. It may have a different structure, it may have larger windows, different roof materials for the roof, flooring, finishes. The second and preferred option is doing a full bid breakdown and budgeting the home. To do this, we do need a set of house plans that are designed and engineered to make sure that we're getting all the details we need. We'll then go out to our subcontractors, our material suppliers. We'll get hard numbers, bids for each scope of the job. And then there's tons of material and allowances that we'll put in the budget for the owner based on the level of finish they want, the types of materials, the style of the home. And we'll break this down into construction categories and line items for each category. As you can see here on our example construction budget, this first page is a summary of all associated construction costs. These are totaled into construction categories. There's many different formats. We use CSI divisions, which categorize these in categories from 1 to 32, all each having their own specific area of the project. We'll then go into further detail on the following pages, which is a detailed price breakdown. For each of these categories, we'll have associated line items that may be 5, it may be 30 line items for each category. And these are a mixture of material allowances, bids from our subcontractors, takeoffs and estimates of materials with unit costs or specific materials of the job. This will total up into those construction categories. There also needs to be added for a contractor's fee, overhead profit, maybe there's site supervision, management. All of those things can vary depending on the size and the complexity of the job. So between both of these options, they each have their benefits at certain stages of the design, but really the only preferred and guaranteed method to budget a construction home is a full detailed bid out budget, and that needs to be done once the plans and the engineering are complete.